Okay guys, so another video for you guys. This one's going to be POV. Sorry, it's so bright, sun. I'm in Seaside Heights, New Jersey, and what is the purpose of this video? Honestly, I went back and forth so many times over the last couple days, just getting that drive, trying to figure out, do I want to shoot? Do I not want to go out? And to be honest with you, like, I just haven't had the drive to go out. I've been editing old photos, which can be kind of fun at times, but you know, you need to create new content, and I need to take my own advice and just say, like, just go. It's a very nice day here, March 1st, 2023. So the weather's kind of it's really sunny. The weather's really nice. So I figured, why not hit the boardwalk and try to create some content. And what I'm going to do today is use another Leica, but this one is going to be the Leica SL. So now this is the original Leica SL, the Type 601. So this is an 8-year-old Leica camera. So why shoot with this? Why talk about this camera right now? We'll take some shots and I will discuss my reasoning why I think that this is an amazing camera for those that want to get into the Leica system. All right, come with me. We're going to do a little POV action. I've taken a picture of this a bunch of times with a bunch of different Leica cameras, the M10, the Leica SL now, and I've also done the Q and the QP with this. I shoot here a lot. All right, just looking for colors here. It's a cool little spot. I actually think I want to turn my peaking off because I really don't need it, to be honest with you. This EVF is just so clear that all right guys, here we are up on the boardwalk, like I said again. And so why the Leica SL? Why a camera that is 8 years old now? So first and foremost, if you are trying to get into the Leica system, this is probably one of the cheapest ways that you can do that and still retain that full frame, you know, file size and everything else. You're talking about the Leica SL Type 601. These can be had right now for around $1,700 to $2,300. Now again, that isn't cheap, but in Leica world, that is cheap. And now you're saying to yourself, but Joe, I can go out and buy a brand new Sony A7 III or an A7 or a used A7 III or an A6600. Yeah, it's a crop sensor, but whatever, it's the new technology. Yeah, you can go out and do all that. And there's an argument to be said that that is definitely maybe a better camera for certain applications. But for the way that I like to shoot, which is slow, deliberate, I like to take my time, and I enjoy how intuitive a camera is. And I don't mean technologically, you know, the specs with the AF system and you know, all the different features that it offers, and you know, face tracking and everything else, which this camera has, but not to the extent that something like a Sony or a new Canon does. It's just the way that I feel when I shoot those type of cameras. Now, I feel a lot differently when I shoot a Leica, and that's why I own so many of them, and that's why I shoot them all the time for my personal stuff. Not only do I enjoy the colors that come out, and by the way, the colors that come out of this camera straight out of JPEG are fantastic. They are better than what I've seen come out of the M10, better than I see come out of the Q, or even the Q2. Well, the Q is different than the Q2. the original Q has some great colors coming straight out of JPEG, but the Q2 can be a little bit dry, I guess I would say. This, very rich. But back to this, why the SL? And I'm not making this a whole video about the features of the SL and why you should buy an SL. This is me just doing a POV shot up in Seaside, but this is the camera that I'm using, and I wanted to explain to you why I am using this camera. I enjoy M lenses and I enjoy manual focusing when I am doing street photography, but I find myself getting older and my eyesight is starting to go, so in order for me to enjoy my M lenses, they have to be on a mirrorless system. Now, they can be on a Sony, but I'd rather stick with the whole Leica lineup, so I'm using the 35mm Summicron, and I am using it on the SL. And why I say I do enjoy them on my M10, that is a rangefinder patch, that is an optical viewfinder, and it can be difficult to see what I'm focusing on unless I'm using the VisoFlex, and that's not the greatest. This has a 4.4 million megapixel viewfinder. It's very clear, it's very intuitive, and you really don't even need peaking, which it has, but you don't even need it because the viewfinder is so clear. So again, I can enjoy my M glass, I can enjoy my manual focusing, and I can use a Leica system, and I have a beautiful EVF. Like I said, this is a good entry point into it. You have a great battery, nice battery life, really nice intuitive menu. It does do 4K. I haven't even used autofocus with this camera yet. I plan on trying it. It is quirky in some of its ways, where, you know, the focusing and some of the video specs and, you know, microphone ports and all that, but that's not what I'm using this for. I'm using this to enjoy my M glass with an EVF that is gorgeous and beautiful, and it is still in the Leica ecosystem. And I've talked way too much. Let's do some photography for a change. All right. I'll try to talk you guys through some of this. Let me straighten this thing out, why I do these shots, but, you know, kind of just enjoy photoing. Overexpose this just a little bit to get these chairs to peek out. There we go. Again, just warming up. This is kind of a nothing shot here. I don't like where this ISO is going. No. All right, we need to adjust that. A lot of people say that the menu system could be a little tricky with the SL2, or the SL rather. It's not an SL2, but I find it just fine. Once you figure out where everything is, it's actually pretty quick and intuitive. Let's see, auto ISO settings, auto ISO. I want to keep this at a minimum of 125. All right, so basically I was setting my auto ISO settings because I want my shutter speed right now to maintain at least 1/25 of a second, just to eliminate any kind of blur. I'm not trying to do any of that. Kind of a nothing shot, just shooting around, checking out these colors here. I am shooting aperture priority, but that's just to allow the shutter speed to do it at once, up to 1/25, and I'm picking my aperture obviously on my lens. I've shot these images before, but if anything, it's gonna play out as a comparison shot. I like the way that this roof, and then this is in the sunlight, this is in the shadow, but it kind of creates these leading lines for this. Not a mystery, but kind of just giving you a little something. Just frame this up the right way, and that looks. That is on there. Very sharp. All right, let's keep moving here. We're getting a little crazy. All right, get this ATM real quick. Now we're in the sun. We're in the sun. ATM shot here. All right, let's take a walk. This one medium burst. See if I can maybe get shots of people. 15 to 20 feet, 10 feet. How you doing? Maybe. Not the name of the game. I'm just playing around here. Nice day.
Yeah. Beautiful day.
Right.
Nice.
Yep. Why not? Enjoy it. It's nice to talk to people. Sometimes you have this impression that people are always going to be rude until you say hello, and then before you know it, sometimes they're just having a nice day as well. Enjoying it. I love all the colors up here on the boardwalk. You always get some really cool stuff. Taken that shot so many times. It's so weird to see a store open. It's like the only store that's open right now on the boardwalk, but that's all good. One of a kind, sure. He's the only one open, so I guess it is one of a kind. I would shoot like this to show you guys what I'm doing, but I would need glasses to do that. See the peaking, maybe you're not going to be able to see any of that anyway, so all right, so like I said, we're using the 35mm Summicron M lens. This is not the newest Summicron. I feel like it's a version 3. I could be wrong, but again, looks the part, looks perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm sure you can. It looks amazing on this camera. This camera is just so nice to use. Just a solid camera all the way around. I'm trying to get these two buildings here. I kind of just want this one in the foreground, and then really just, I love these steel grates, these steel doors, and all the signage. So that's going to be my main focus. And it is so sunny out. This viewfinder is just beautiful though. I feel like this works better this way. Actually, I don't want to do too much here. My focus is on that signage. All right, that's good. As you can see, it is extremely dead here. Nobody up on the boardwalk. A couple people walking, that's about it. I doubt that I'll get any portraits, but I'm not really trying to do that anyway. I'm really just checking the colors out, just using the camera overall, just enjoying it. And this is a really good place to do all that. I doubt I'll do anything with these photos other than post them up on Instagram and maybe this video. Develop more presets possibly. This is really bright, but the colors are cool. Having the Ferris wheel in the background is kind of nice. This shot's been done to death though by so many different photographers. Whatever. I guess I'll just add to the list to be one of them. This is the kind of stuff that I like. I like these dark shadows and whatnot. Sometimes I get people walking past through these things and it looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll try to do one of those today. I'll get these two. Come on by.
It's more South Central Jersey. But let me tell you something.
Oh, you're fine, man. Don't worry about me. Yeah, that happens all the time. People try to be nice and not mess up your photo, not realizing that they're the key part of the photo. I was hoping to get him, but I was too far away. That's all right. I was focusing on those other two instead. How you doing?
Hi.
May have got him, I'm not sure. I am like spraying and praying like crazy, but I'm just playing around with all this shadow. The shadows are great. Here's the thing, at f8, f9, you can really kind of just shoot whatever and it's going to be in focus, so that's always pretty cool. This actually looks really cool. All this, the way that these shadows are kind of clipping through, I think you guys should be able to get that because I'm kind of showing it and talking about it. I think it's on the camera, but I don't know how it's tilted. But I'm just catching these hard highlights, these strong highlights, and these shadows that rip through. And those are pretty dark. I'm exposing for the highlights, but the camera does a really, really good job with all this. And again, that EVF is just beautiful. I mean, you could just see if it's in focus. I don't even have focus peaking turned on right now. And it just, yeah, it's really, really nice. I'm gonna run this way with it. Again, we're at F9, F8, F9, somewhere around there. Yeah. F10. Is there an F10? I don't know, maybe. Can't see that the Leica only does F8, F11, so I'm somewhere in between, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. Kind of silly. I like this. I like that sign. That sign's good. I've shot this one too so many times. I like this sign a lot. That's a good alleyway, but I think that, yeah, they got it cut off right there, but that's a good one. I've gotten people going between this before, and it looks really, really cool because of the colors, but there's nobody here today, and I don't think they're going to be able to walk through because there looks like there's a fence that way. hold up American flag as a canopy here. Get this way actually, pretzels. I get it all the time where people ask me what my actual style is, and to be honest with you, I have no damn idea. I just shoot what I like. If I see something that kind of piques my interest, then I shoot it. Like this old sign right here, I'm thinking that you guys can see that. Yeah, this old sign, like that's I love that. I love it's like rusted, it's like weathered and beat up, and you can tell it's been here forever. It's just, that's the kind of stuff that I look for when I'm shooting these images, and that's what I'm attracted to. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I grab that, but for me it works. And obviously if you're on my channel, then you like something that I'm doing. So let me grab a sign of this. It looks really good with the white right against the strong blue sky too right now. It's a nice day for this. Again, getting the focus in, not using focus peaking at all, just kind of rolling with, I'm just gonna go really high here and just make the sign kind of in the lower third, lower half rather. There it is. Underexpose this just a little bit. All right, that's good. Yeah, man. That's it. That's what we're doing. I've done this shot before too with this metal cage. Looks kind of cool up against the sky. This window is pretty good for reflections for the Ferris wheel. Looks pretty good. There's actually people in there right now.